Alright guys, how we doing? Let's get a quick audio visual check. Make sure everything's okay. Whew, absolute carnage in the markets today. Destruction. You guys who follow me closely know me well. I don't jump out of bed for shit. I'm a lazy motherfucker. But today, oh mate, I was right out. Had to give you guys this emergency live stream. It's 9 a.m. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm never awake this early, but it has to be done today. Let's take a look at this. Still no topless Russian models. They're not coming to me, and I'm really sorry, mate. They're gonna be with the other guys that are investing in conventional markets, mate. I hate to break it to you. How you doing, guys? Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be breaking down this price action in this live stream today, understanding exactly what's going on. Obviously a lot of people were getting excited with this pump yesterday. What was 𝗪𝗪𝗘 saying? As usual, being the voice of reason, telling everybody to literally stop because Bitcoin is fooling everybody right now, warning you guys that this exact move here is so synonymous with a continued move to the downside, and I am absolutely loving the fact that we saw that correctly. I don't like the fact that I woke up significantly poorer today. That's never fun. But if we are excited for this one, as I get into this live stream, do me a favor and smash up those likes. I'm here for as long as you guys are showing love on this live stream. I've got as much time as is needed. But of course, these live streams tend to perform pretty badly for the channel for some reason. So if you can help me out by engaging with this live stream, subscribing if you haven't done so already, I am here to return that. So here's the thing, if you've been living under a rock, you may or may not know that that Bitcoin has had a very significant area of support at this low $40,000 range, and we've now dropped below it. This is not the first time that Bitcoin's dropped below it within this uptrend, right? Originally, we fell down here very briefly, but now we've seen an actual close on the 4-hour time frame. And in fact, to break this down so that we really understand what's going on, Bitcoin from this point here, which was 5 a.m. Dubai time, I think, ended up dropping down and staying below this level now for 3 hours. So this is a very big drop in the market, and it's sticking. I think that's one thing which is very critically different in this market right now, is that this drop is indeed sticking with the market and the previous one didn't. So we do get fake outs to the downside. This absolutely can still be a fake out to the downside, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Smash up those likes as we're coming in. Ladies and gents, we must get this thing up to 1,000 likes straight away. You already know the deal. Let's take a look at this. So the thing is, and by the way, this is like the worst time for me to stream on this channel. Like in terms of what makes sense as a YouTuber, I should be streaming like 12 hours later right now. So I don't know how this is going to go at all. I'm very curious. It's a little bit of an experiment. The thing is we can get fake outs, and to me, the main thing we'll be seeing, do we close a daily candle below this area? You can see on this area as well, while Bitcoin was using this 40k area as support, we have had instances where we've dipped below. Now, the thing that makes me very pessimistic, very negative about what's going to happen here is that we've got a very classic pattern of Bitcoin setting a low, and I'll just this is probably the best example of Bitcoin setting a low and then breaking it and dropping even lower. There's a lot of coins that have printed patterns like this. I think Ethereum has done it in even more of a clear way. Take a look at this. And by the way, this wedge that I was showing you guys in Ethereum, look at that. I mean, we've just fallen below that as well. This was quite a long-term wedge. And again, this is the thing I want to show you, is that we can fall below wedges like this, and it's not necessarily the end of the world, but at the end of the day, it's not a good sign either. I mean, the fact that we're testing it that much is not nice. But let's move back into Ethereum. I just want to show you a very typical chart pattern that Ethereum has formed historically, which Bitcoin forms all the time, but it's just a little bit easier to show this to you on Ethereum's chart right now. Shoulder's a little bit messed up, and and what I want to highlight to you is this, just basically since the beginning of the downtrend where Ethereum nearly peaked at $5,000, Ethereum was setting a pretty clear pattern of, you know, kind of setting a low like right here, and then sweeping it, right? And so on this occasion we swept it, but this was a fake out. On the next occasion we came down to this level, and we ended up sweeping that low and not returning back up ever since. Now, if we take a look at the next low that Ethereum set, which was right here, probably the daily time frame is better for this, to be honest. We ended up rallying upwards for a little bit of a bounce, and the next time we came to this level, we had a small bit of consolidation and we swept that low. I'm showing this to you and realizing this isn't actually a very good example to demonstrate my point. Let me see if I can find you guys another one, because it's actually a very, very typical pattern for Bitcoin to be setting, but yeah, I cannot for the life of me find examples of it right now. So at the end of the day, really all I'm saying is that the market is trending down. It sets a low and bounces, and if it returns back down to that low and then collapses below it, that's where most likely you know, we are going to be setting brand new market lows before potentially doing the same thing again and finding resistance at our old areas of support and then dropping down again. And obviously that cycle perpetuates forever until we reach a real reversal zone. And I suppose the biggest problem that I think Bitcoin is facing right now is that $40,000 was supposed to be that reversal zone, in my opinion, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out that way. You know, unfortunately Bitcoin did end up you know, crashing right below. And so the next key question that I've got to be asking myself in these live streams is, well, if this is critical support and we failed it, well, clearly we're not going to find support at weaker levels, like, you know, what is this right here, like $36,000, for example. I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying this is a fact, but, you know, if I think that this is a strong area of support, and I do not think that this is a strong area of support, and you guys already know the reasons for that if you're subscribed, but just very quickly to recap it, it's because this area triggered major reversals in the market, and major rallies in the market, right? So that generally is what makes the level strong, is if it triggers major moves. But 36K didn't do that, right? 36K, we just saw a little bit of consolidation. We saw some reversals, but nothing massive. I'm wondering, there's a lot of sun shining behind me, but you guys can still see me, which means this new setup is working perfectly. Smash up the likes for that if you're finding that to be useful. Thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream, and thanks for throwing up those likes if you have done already. Do me a favor, guys, if you are watching this live stream and you appreciate this early, very early morning start for me, please do show a little bit of love on this stream, just to keep us going, get the stream out there to the subscribers of this channel, because we know YouTube has terrible systems for delivering notifications to people, so your engagement helps a lot. But yes, moving back to the charts here, because I think that 36K is not a very strong area of support, and we've already failed a strong area of support, I must expect that this support area is going to collapse, which means we fall down to the next one. And this is, I guess, the biggest you know, scary point for the market right now, in my opinion, is that yeah, I mean, there's not much support between 40,000 and 30,000. It's just straight up, I hate to break it to you, but there's just not much support here. And we know this because generally when Bitcoin gets a rejection in this range, it just chops all the way down to the bottom of this range. And then when it finds support at the bottom of this range, it generally rises all the way to the top, right? I'm not making this up. It's here on the chart right now. Like we hit the top and fell straight to the bottom. We hit the bottom, went straight to the top, and then straight back down to the bottom, and then straight back up to the top. Yes, of course, we have a little bit of a zigzag and, you know, crazy shit going on in between, but for the most part, it's pretty clear that when Bitcoin interacts with these two price levels, it usually does so, you know, going from one extreme to the other, right? I mean, these are just straight facts. This is what the YouTube channel is about. This is why I jump on these live streams and these videos to deliver this content to you. It's just to tell you the facts, tell you what I'm thinking about them, and of course encourage you to make your own very well-informed decisions, because we all have serious money in these markets. We all want to protect our money, keep it safe, and of course that is my primary objective. If you want to see how I'm going to be trading these markets and navigating these extremely rough waves, guys, it pays, you know, metaphorically and literally, to be able to watch somebody who's been through this stuff a million times before in order to minimize losses at a time like this, and ideally, of course, maximize profits. If you want to be able to watch how I aim to do that inside of these markets right now in real time, because I have just planned out my very next trade and I informed VIPs about it roughly 1 minute before this live stream began. If you want to jump inside and do me a favor, click on the first link in the description down below. Do it right now and you can come back to the live stream in a minute. Then go to the @4flies button at the bottom of any post inside of 4flies Gold. Press that button there, press send message, and ask me how to join. We will get you inside immediately after this live stream, so go ahead and follow those steps right now. I already see a lot of you guys have asked to join VIP before the stream really even got started, so we will get back to you very, very soon. Don't worry about that. I've got some questions about altcoins like Solana as well. Solana is probably in the absolute shitter right now. This is probably one of the dirtiest charts in crypto at the moment. And no, actually, it's not. It's not that bad. It has dropped below the major area of support. See, this is the short of a lifetime, right? I mean, when I talk about something that's a wet dream, this is it. You know, so anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. But yes, like I said, I have already shared the next details of my trade. My next trade inside of VIP, and I will be clarifying that and setting orders for it very, very soon as well. And VIPs are going to get all the information about every single trade that I make, from start to finish, from planning to exit to lessons I've learned, and even VIP breakdown videos where I literally break down every single individual aspect of my trade in a video. You know, so you get extremely in-depth content on this stuff, which is of course extremely valuable in a market like this. But let's just move back to the analysis. If you want to jump inside, these are the steps. You already know the drill. Just reach out and we will get you that information. And VIP is at a massive discount right now against the dollar because we do price it in Bitcoin. So take advantage of that while you can. But yeah, here's the thing is yeah, like I said, there isn't much support in this range, in my opinion, just looking at this kind of $30,000 to $40,000 area. You know, Bitcoin just generally, I mean, straight up just zips all the way down and all the way up. And again, I mean, it's continuous, right? And of course, we do some stuff in between, but for the most part, we're going down to the key levels and then going up to the key levels and so on. This was the only real case where Bitcoin didn't do that. But then, of course, the very next instance, it was very quick. And I also just want to highlight this and bring this to your attention, you know, just to show you how quickly Bitcoin typically drops from one end of the range to the other. On this occasion, Bitcoin took about 4 hours, so fuck me, we're on hour 3 right now. And then on this occasion, Bitcoin took about again, yeah, actually 4 hours to spring back all the way to the top. On this occasion, to drop from the top to the bottom of the range, it took about 2 days, and then it started to slow down, obviously, just as markets do. It took about 1 day or 2.5 days, depending on how you calculate that. And then from here to drop down to the bottom, again, you can see it really gets a lot longer exponentially. In this case, taking just under 2 weeks to go from the top of the range to the bottom. However, it speeds up right here, and we see that to go from the bottom of the range to the top, it's taken us 7 days. And then, of course, the most recent time that Bitcoin had ever interacted with this price level, it managed to completely cross the whole range within 5 days. This is a big deal. This is a 27% move. And just to put this into perspective for all of you guys, you know, in the past 5 days in our market right now, for example, you know, we weren't really doing much at all. Let's just calculate this moving back. I mean, in the past 5 days, Bitcoin might have moved pretty much within, you know, like a 1% range. So to be moving 27% in 5 days and then moving 1% in 5 days, you know, that really tells us a lot about the volatility that we're not used to in the market right now. And I think that's going to be one of the things that really screws people up the most, is that they're just totally unprepared for the level of volatility that I think we're going to be seeing in this market right now. And again, that is one of the, wow, it really looks like I'm above the clouds right now. I'm sorry, guys. I got like, just look at that. Like, this is, oh damn, that exposure is going mad right now. This is a really cool backdrop. I'm sorry, I just had to zone out for a second. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this is what is going to really surprise a lot of people, because we're just not used to it right now. You know, and one of the key things that I've been saying on this channel for a while is that, you know, the future millionaires are the ones that are not losing their focus in a market like this at the moment. You know, the future millionaires are the ones that stay tuned in, that stay really turned on to what's going on in the market, so that, you know, when something like this happens, because of course it's bound to happen, right? We're going to get major bouts of volatility, and then we're going to get major times of volatility as well. You mustn't be asleep for the first, you know, 20% of it, because you're going to be scrambling trying to figure out what the fuck is going on when you join back into the party too late. And of course that will make you one of the losers. And the question really boils down to, you know, obviously you've probably missed out on you know, maximum potential for quite some time now. Are you going to let this bout of volatility be the same? And of course, if you want to be able to grab it by the balls, you already know how you can learn how to do that in the best way, by clicking on the first link in the description down below, jumping in to the 𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗦 Gold channel, clicking on my name, and then send message. If for nothing else, not even just to see how I'm trading, also to jump inside the 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗙𝗦 Academy courses, where I'm teaching you everything I know about trading from A to Z. You can watch those videos on 2x speed and pick up a bunch of knowledge that you don't have right now, and I'm very, very certain that it will prevent you from making you know, at least a few losses in these markets, and ideally maximizing profits as well, which in and of itself would pay itself back many, many times. And if there was ever a good time to learn that stuff, it is right now. So you know what to do if you feel like you really want to take advantage of this market right now, because these opportunities, they knock, and they don't wait for you to open the door. They'll knock once. Right here it was knocking, and then they break the whole fucking door down. And if you're not ready, if you're naked doing whatever you like, it doesn't matter. This is going to ravage your house, and and that's just the nature of these markets. So yeah, that's a little bit of Bitcoin. I want to move over to Ethereum and some of the altcoins, and then to some of your questions. If you're enjoying this live stream so far, do me a favor, smash up the likes in this live stream. If you are ready to start dropping your questions, do me a favor and tag me at 𝗪𝗢𝗥𝗙𝗦. Just like I've done in the comments here, you have to write out my full name. It will autofill, and then write your comment. If you don't do that, I will not see your comment. So please go ahead and make sure that you actually tag me. Oh, and I can see that my assistant is online already, answering your guys' questions, for those of you asking about VIP. So you're already getting responses as I speak. Bitcoin going to zero. See, that's the sentiment that I want. I want people to be saying that Bitcoin's going to zero. I really want to be hearing people talking about stuff like that. Obviously, it's absolutely not going to happen in my opinion, but it's a pretty bad crash. I won't deny that. I will not deny that. It's a pretty bad crash. It's a very, very bad place to be. The only saving grace that I can see Bitcoin having right now is a fake out, where it ends up ripping back to the upside on this daily time frame, so we don't even get a close here. However, you know, to me, that's not very likely, because we've already had a fake out here. And so to get a second fake out now, even after getting a few closes on the 4-hour, 1-hour time frames, for example, is just not it's just not natural to me. It just, you know, like, I wouldn't expect that. It can absolutely happen. I'm not ruling it out, but honestly, I mean, what is the probability of it? And I'm just not so sure. So someone's asking me, how low will it go? Well, like I said, I mean, the next major area of support that I'm seeing is at about the $30,000 range. I'm not saying that we're going to go there, but what I am saying is that this is a time where we probably need to find critical, strong support levels. This was a critical, strong support level. I do not see any other critical, strong support levels until 30,000. So naturally, that's where I'd be looking at the moment. And of course, I've just spent the last few minutes talking about how quickly Bitcoin can range from the top of this box, from the top of this range to the bottom. What about Shiba? Let's take a look at Shiba. Shiba is like the most attractive buy ever right now. You know, like this is so nice. Like, this is actually the exact price level I was talking to my analyst inside of VIP to buy Shiba at. So, you know, I wouldn't do it right now, obviously, because the idea was to buy coins when Bitcoin hasn't broken critical support. Now that it has, I just don't see any altcoins doing well. I was talking about how I expected Ethereum to perform badly, and it has on cue. No surprises there. Again, I mean, this is all analysis that we've put out on the channel. So if you're subscribed, you know, none of this will be taking you by surprise whatsoever. And by the way, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for hitting that subscribe button if you've already done so, because we have passed 120,000 subscribers. So thank you all so much for that, for supporting this channel in those ways. Bear with me while I just handle something on my end. Oh damn. Okay, camera's not really working anymore, is it? Okay, just let me know in the comments. Can you guys stop spamming stuff like we're doomed? Let's try and keep this a little bit more of a high IQ environment. Seriously, like just be a little bit more normal, please. Because I want to have like an actual discussion with you guys, and people writing ridiculous, retarded shit like this is not very useful. But anyway, altcoins getting massacred a little bit right now. Let's actually just take a quick look at the dominance chart. And see how this is looking for Bitcoin. Oh, it's actually dropped in dominance a little bit. That's really strange because altcoins are dropping pretty hard right now. Yes, I do still think that Bitcoin will probably continue to gain dominance if it rises, if it continues to drop down. Cardano against Bitcoin. Oh, fuck, man. This is sad. Cardano against Bitcoin has unfortunately lost its entire support zone. I really didn't expect this to happen, honest to God. I would have expected at least one bounce out of this support level because it's such a big area of support. Now, unfortunately, I've got to expect that it's going to find another rejection. I did actually plan a trade for Cardano, and within the same minute that trade opened, pretty much, it was stopped out because of the carnage. So that was also a relatively small loss, but I'm not happy with it for sure. I'm certainly not happy with it. It's a lot of carnage. I mean, these support levels don't matter if Bitcoin breaks below its critical areas of support, which it did. So that is definitely not pleasant at all. How 35k is good support or 30k is the good support? I don't think that 35k is good support. Someone's asking how low do I think Bitcoin's gonna go. As I've been saying in this live stream, I don't think that there is any good support between 40k and 30k. I think that the next good support is 30k and nothing higher. And primarily, like I said just a few minutes ago in this live stream, the reason that I'm saying that is that to me, what makes a good support level or what makes a good resistance level is, does that level trigger major reversals in the trend, right? And so $30,000, we can see right here, as soon as the price fell down to this level, we triggered one of the biggest rallies Bitcoin has ever seen. It went from 30k to 65k in pretty much one leg. When we dropped down, we fell to 30k and immediately reversed upwards back to 40k. Again over here, reversed backwards up to 40k, and again over here, and again over here. So 30k has triggered a lot of very, very crucial reversals in the market. 36k, 35k on the other hand, has done nothing. We've seen small reversals off this level, nothing big at all. Nothing compared to the 30k level. Look, it's definitely there. It is a support level, and it's a decent support level, but it's just absolutely not. It's not what's going to save the market, in my opinion. I wish I could tell you something a little bit more positive, but I'd be lying to you. I can't. It's just not a very good position to be in, and so naturally I would have to expect that we would fall potentially a little bit lower. One of the key things that I want to be looking at right now is I'm hearing some talk of like Russia banning Bitcoin. I just want to fact check this real quick. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin on the news tab. There's probably some normie explanation for why we're seeing this. The news never matters, to be very, very clear with you guys. The news never matters in these markets. However, it's fun. So Russia proposing a crypto crackdown. As if Russia's not like one of the main users of Bitcoin, right? Like it's just the same shit recycled. That's just what it is. I'm gonna tell it to you straight up. Like China banning Bitcoin, Russia banning Bitcoin, your nan banning Bitcoin, your dog banning Bitcoin, and people still get scared of it. Honestly, if you're a market manipulator, how can your life be easier than this? Do you know what I mean? And so I'm not. So here's something I want to clear up right now is I'm absolutely not worried about where this market is at the moment. I'm not worried that Bitcoin's going to crash down to shit and we're never going to see nice price levels ever again. And it's, we're all going to be broke and we're not going to go back up to 70k. Obviously that's not going to happen, right? This is such an emotional market right now. I gotta remind you guys of a crucial fact in these markets is that we don't trend down, you know, in a straight line forever. And just tell it to you straight. I mean, this is what Bitcoin's in right now. I mean, it's been trending down in pretty much a straight line for quite a long time. Look at this. I mean, just straight up a straight line down, you know, which is just not typical, right? We can't do that forever. And, you know, we generally will have strong rebounds when we do something like this. So, of course, I guess the main problem now and what makes me so worried is that, you know, obviously $40,000 was a huge area of support for the trend. If we end up dropping a little bit lower and then we get this rebound that I'm talking about, this would be the bad, you know, this would be a bad thing in the market, in my opinion. Now is that, you know, we would have a situation here where, you know, we could be looking at, you know, I mean, yes, sure, we might get a really big move to the upside, but where would we reach? Do you know what I mean? Like, what resistance levels would we be met with if we ended up doing that? If I bring it back on this chart right here and we take a look at some of the key indicators that I like to use to show me where key levels are in the market, I mean, look at how massive this Ichimoku cloud is, right? It's absolutely enormous. From the low to the high of this Ichimoku cloud, you're looking at a 16% range, ladies and gents. That is absolutely massive. Someone's asking me where would I put in a short call. I won't be discussing that in this video, but VIPs already know all about it, and I'm going to share even more details about it probably directly after this live stream, because it's not super time urgent right now. It will be. It's a matter of hours, I would imagine, until I enter my next trade. But if you want the details on it, of course, every trade I enter, I put in all the details of it straight into VIP. But this is the thing, is that, yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of resistance overhead. This is the daily time frame. This isn't even the concerning time frame. The concerning one is the 4-hour time frame, where we saw yet another rejection of the Ichimoku cloud, and this cloud is now very much within this range, which is to say that if any point in any point over these next kind of 5 days we target this area, there's going to be quite a lot of resistance there. There is not much momentum resistance yet. The move is still very fresh in the market. And so this is something that I want to see, you know, and watch carefully to see how it plays out. You know, I think the best case for Bitcoin right now is if it slowly trends upwards into this resistance range, it would be another classic, as you know, a classic staircase pattern. This here would be this here, and you know, we would ideally, you know, kind of be trading into a resistance level at that. I don't think we're going to get something that perfect, but if we do, it would obviously be a very clear sign. I'm really very amazed by this backdrop right now. And guys, by the way, if you are enjoying this live stream and if you like this beautiful backdrop behind me, you can actually see some blue sky in Dubai for once in a bloody lifetime. It's no longer looking like London outside. Smash up the likes for that. Right here with this live stream, rolling right out of bed and jumping on this video for you guys to tell you exactly what I'm thinking about is the crash to liquidate leverage. Well, let's take a very quick look at that. What I'm gonna do is actually hide this chart for a moment and bring on another tab. Hopefully I don't need to log in. Bear with me while I pull this up. Okay, I don't need to log in. Let's bring you back. Here we go. This is ExoCharts. You may or may not know how this works. Fortunately, you don't need to have a strong understanding of it. You just need to know that this is basically showing you candles on the chart. But, and I need to hide my camera for this so you can see the whole chart. This is showing you candles on a chart, but visualized only in volume. So it's a very interesting concept, and all I'm going to do is turn on the rect tool, and we're going to see, have there been a lot of liquidations here or no? And either it's not loading, or if there have been absolutely no liquidations at all. So you can hopefully start to make out that this is the chart that Bitcoin is in. But of course, it's only being visualized in volume. So whereas these charts are just normal candlesticks, this is very different. But unfortunately, I just don't think it's loading, so it's not telling us anything. Let me see if I can refresh the chart and turn on the rect tool again, but it just doesn't look like it's showing us anything. So Can't help you there, unfortunately. Sorry about that. There's a lot of different ways to tell if there are liquidations in the market. There is, you know, like BitMEX wrecked. Let's see if we can Google that and see if there's anything interesting going on there. Let's take a look at this Twitter account. There's probably been quite a few liquidations around the market recently. So yeah, I mean, a lot of longs being liquidated right now, but I'm interested in the big ones, the knockout ones right here. This one was quite a nice long that was liquidated, but it was only 700k. Here's a bigger one. That's a $13 million, $12 million order. Is it dollar or just Shiba tokens? It's got to be dollar. So yeah, pretty good there. Yeah, some big, you know, multi-million-dollar liquidations here. So yeah, in answer to your question, yeah, there's been a lot of positions being liquidated in this market right now, which is what we need. I mean, this is what cleanses the market. You know, this is what we need. A lot of small liquidations, very, very normal. Doesn't matter. It's the big ones that we're interested in. And yeah, we have seen that. So yeah, quite a few here. You can see where it kind of peaks. The dump happened about 3 hours ago, so nothing interesting would have happened before this compared to before. Not that many liquidations, but certainly there have been some. Let's go back to this market here and just take a very quick look at the funding rate on BitMEX as well on the 1 hour time frame. So pretty good, pretty bullish at the moment. I just want to remind you guys that where we are right now with this funding rate is where we were when Bitcoin was trading up at about 42,000, and when Bitcoin was trading up at about, what is this, 41.7, and when Bitcoin was trading up, where is it, at about 46,500. The reason I'm pointing this out to you is that we're at the same price level now. We're at the same funding rate level now as we were at many points previously where it just didn't matter. Somebody's asking me when was the last time I was liquidated. It must have been years ago. I don't remember it. I don't get liquidated anymore. I mean, you've got to be a really impressive level of stupid, and I mean straight up stupid. And if you're watching this live stream right now and you got liquidated or you've been liquidated recently, yes, that I fully just blow up my camera to make this point even stronger. You are one of the idiots if you've been liquidated in this rally. Just straight up look yourself in the mirror, understand it, and fix yourself up, because getting liquidated here is, I mean, to be liquidated requires as much stupidity as fracturing your rib cage because you don't wear a seatbelt in a car crash. I mean, it is like extremely stupid, and you need to know it. Like I'm no one else is gonna you know, you get liquidated and other YouTubers will be like, oh no, it's fine, it happens, you know, no, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you absolutely fucked up in like 10 different ways to even get to the point of liquidation, and you need to know it, right? Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff. If you don't like it, you know the deal. Get the fuck off the channel. But if you're here for real trading analysis, real trading lessons, then you need to understand that fucking up that badly is not okay. Like, it is just absolutely unacceptable. And it's for a million reasons. I don't even want to go into it right now, but I might do later on. And yeah, I know this is super mean, and you need to hear it. I mean, this is about as stupid as you can possibly be in the markets, and you know, you shouldn't be told, you know, with little pats on the shoulder, oh, don't worry, little idiot, it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna be all right. It's gonna get a lot worse. All right, like you're gambling, straight up. You're gambling. Like, it's gonna get a lot worse. There is no sentiment of it's gonna be okay. Absolutely not. You're in a terrible position. You need to fix it. You need to take it very seriously. Maybe even stop trading. You need to fix yourself up. I'm only saying this in such harsh terms because I've been there and I've lost all of my money multiple times, many times in these crypto markets because I was making those same mistakes. So I've come out on the other side of it, and like I said, that's why I haven't been liquidated for a long time. I'm sorry I had to flame you guys for a little bit, you know, but I'm very, very passionate about the topic, and I can't help it. Like, it is a representation of so many things simultaneously going wrong if you're getting liquidated, and you need to hear it. You need to, like, there is no, I absolutely, I'm scared of the idea that some of you high IQ people watching these live streams right now are gonna try and justify why you got liquidated and how, like, you know, it might be acceptable or it might be okay. Someone's saying a liquidation is the same as a stop loss. It's not though, Brian. It's not the same as a stop loss because you pay a market and liquidation fee when you get liquidated, which is the reason that, for example, if you're using 10 times leverage, you would think that your risk is multiplied by 10 and your reward is multiplied by 10, but actually you wouldn't. And so, you know, theoretically at a 10% loss, if Bitcoin drops 10%, you would be in a 100% loss, but that's not what puts you in a 100% loss. You would actually be in a 100% loss if it drops down by about 9.5% or 9.2 or 9.3%, and that remaining 0.7 margin is the fee you're paying. So even this ridiculously stupid argument that it's a stop loss doesn't hold up because you're paying exorbitant fees just to have this stupid stop loss. I mean, it's not a stop loss. It's just not like a stop loss is a stop loss. A liquidation is a liquidation. They're two different things, and you better believe that that's where the exchanges make their money. And by the way, I'm a Bybit affiliate, right? Like when people get liquidated, because they pay a lot in fees, those fees also come to me as a commission. That's how Bybit affiliation works. So, you know, actually, like, this is where YouTubers make money, and I'm still here telling you guys to completely avoid liquidations, right? I mean, if you're doing that, I mean, it is really, really stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna put this subject to rest just for a minute because I cannot help myself but getting just really, really boiled up with anger when I think about my past trading self, which was terrible. Guys, you know the deal. If you want to jump inside VIP and kick these terrible habits to the dust, just once and for all, just, you know, start really grabbing these markets by the balls, understanding what's going on, positioning yourself safely, bam, it's all right here. First link in the description, @4flies button, and then send message. Many of you guys have already reached out just during this live stream, and you've all had a response sent back now. So definitely check out these steps if you want to jump inside. You guys are loving this. Thank you all very much for the support on this channel. Liquidation equals ass pounding. I'm completely with you there, mate. Loving the tough love. It needs to happen, right? This is a time where people either put up and they learn lessons in the market, or they leave, and they will leave before the market rocket ships back up. And if you're that weak, I don't want you here. I don't want you here. This is the 4flies YouTube channel. This isn't some place where we gather around like Gamblers Anonymous and stroke each other off talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million and, you know, how everything's going to be okay. Just hold on. And you know, no, it's not going to be okay. Like, this is reality. You've just been smacked in the fucking face and you think it's going to be okay? Nah, mate, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's not reality. These markets are the most vicious, brutal markets you'll ever experience in your life, most likely. Right? Like, this is not going to be a walk in the park. Anyone that's telling you that is telling you that because they have incentives for you to be, you know, stringed into this market with bloody opium, you know, so you feel numb to all of the shit that's going on. Like, nah, we knew on this channel that the market was probably going to be dropping from this all-time high, and then I started turning bearish right here. This is where I started turning bearish. This is where I tried turning bullish again. Of course, it didn't really work out. This is what real analysis looks like. If you were subscribed to the channel back then, you'd know all about it. Again, shout out to those of you who have been showing support during this time. I'm gonna go through a couple questions now, I think. So again, please make sure that you drop your questions and tag me, specifically tag me, otherwise I will not see your question, which means you have to write my name in the comment. Angel is asking, how do I explain that these people don't close their multi-million trades before getting liquidated? They're idiots. There are rich idiots too. Plain and simple, there are rich idiots, and those are them. Like, when I showed you those liquidations on Twitter, those were rich idiots. But they're still idiots nonetheless. Of course, the richer you are, the less likely you are to be stupid with money generally, I think. You know, just looking at people I know and so on, it's generally only people who aren't rich that have bad financial principles. No surprises. But yeah, that is generally how it goes in my experience. Let's see what else we have here in the comments and the questions. Smash up the likes, by the way, if you're enjoying these live streams. If you want me to do more, then make sure you're subscribed. You know what to do. Tick the bell, all that good stuff. I'm new to exo charts. I've known about exo charts for a while. I just never really got around to researching it. I still don't understand exo charts very well, to be honest. Sometimes you gotta say stuff that hurts, even if it's the truth. You always have to say stuff that hurts, even if it's the truth. I'm always going to be that character. It gets me in trouble sometimes, and that's completely fine, because the truth will always prevail in the end. Is this a giant M pattern? I don't see the M pattern, mate. Oh, I see the M pattern. Oh, that's a dirty M pattern. Someone's saying... Let me put this on a naked chart where I don't have any drawings. Someone's asking, basically, is this a pattern where Bitcoin is forming one massive M shape? I mean, really what you're saying is this a double top? That's really what I mean, an M pattern is just how do I say, like an undisciplined way of saying double top. And I get it. I use M pattern all the time because it's nice to say. Is this a double top? I don't think so. This is really, really big. I would be very surprised if Bitcoin forms a multi-month or going on pretty much multi-year M pattern, double top pattern. I don't know how to make sense of this, because you guys know I'm still overall bullish in the market, right? Like, even though I'm saying things like, you know, if you just hold your coins, it's going to be okay. I'm saying that sentiment like that is extremely stupid. Because, yeah, and one of the things I really find funny, right, just while we're on the subject, is when people say, if you don't sell, you don't lose money. Like, you've already lost money. Like, let's just be honest about it. Like, that's already happened. And the reason that it's important, I'm not saying this to be the gremlin that's destroying all the happiness in your life. I'm saying this so that you can have an actually realistic perspective of what's going on. Because if you always think that everything's fine, you're no different to the heroin addict underneath, like, the fucking bridges in LA. Like, there's no difference. There's no difference, right? The difference is if you can actually stay level-headed, understand what's going on, understand where you are in the market, and then put together steps and a strategy to recover those losses. Not even to recover those losses, but just to trade well and make money. Whether that means that, whether making money means that you're recovering losses or making profits that you've never seen before isn't really the point. But it's about, being able to retain a healthy perspective on the market. Now, the thing is yes, obviously, I do think that we are going to continue rallying up towards all-time highs, 70K, 100K. I don't think we're off that yet. And one of the key reasons for that, again, is that this is not like the way a major market tops. It's just not. The way we top in a major market cycle like this is either like this right here, where we have, but this wasn't even a blow off top. I mean, we would have, I got to bring you guys back to 2017. The real way that, Bybit didn't exist back then. 1 second. The real way that, these markets top. Did Binance on this chart exist? Either these charts are not going back in time enough, or, no, they are. So this is how a real market top would look like for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has consistently topped only like this. I mean, there probably has been one or two exceptions, but generally when the market actually tops, because, okay, just to move back to this question, are we in a giant double top pattern? The implication here, if we are in a giant double top M-shaped pattern, is that we're going to sweep this low right here and drop down significantly lower to $5,000, $500, $1, whatever the case may be. Like, we're going to have a very bearish price target somewhere below 20K. The reason that I don't think that's going to happen is, that would mean that we have to be in a really big bear market. Now, like, I'm not putting it off the cards, right? I mean, you guys know the deal. I told you already, if Bitcoin falls down to 20K, best believe I'm selling my house, I'm selling everything I own, and I'm buying Bitcoin with it. I mean, that is the buy opportunity of a lifetime. It would be the most obvious buy I would ever see in my life. It doesn't matter if Bitcoin drops below 20K after that, if it wicks down to 16, wicks down to bloody $2, it doesn't matter. 20K, from all the knowledge and insights that I have, is just, heavenly if we're able to get there. I mean, that is top tier. And I mean, for that reason alone, I don't think we're going to get it. But here's the thing, is that markets, they generally, Bitcoin generally tops like this, where it enters a parabola and each move is consecutively crazier and crazier. You know, if we look at how this looks, this was a parabola right here when Bitcoin reached $3,000 for the first time. It entered a little bit of a reversal. It started rallying back up, and it entered another parabola, and the next parabola was even bigger, and then it reversed, and then it entered another parabola. Bam! And then the next parabola was even crazier. Look at that. We're still only at $8,000. Now we're at 10, and now we're at 20. This is what a bull market looks like when it's ending. It goes absolutely bloody crazy. All right? It goes absolutely bloody crazy. And then, because it's so crazy, it rallies. You know, within a short space of time, we're talking about 1 month, it triples, no, quadruples nearly quadruples. And then, within the next days afterwards, it halves. This is the volatility, the level of volatility that we see in a market that's already, you know, basically at the end, where it swings by ridiculous extremes. In one day, up by 15%, right? In one day over here, up by 7%. On the final day, Bitcoin was rallying up by 10%. We're seeing huge increases in price every single day, and then huge drops to the downside, halving in less than a week. Halving in less than a week. And then we play the chart forward a little bit more, and there's still so much volatility in the market that from this low, we're already up again by 50% in less than 3 weeks. This is the level of volatility that you see when a market is topping out. Let's bring us back to what happened towards the end of this cycle right here. Bitcoin was not moving in anything close to as much of a crazy way over here as it did back in 2017. We know this just simply looking at this rally right here. For Bitcoin to reach the all-time high over here, it went up by 27% in nearly 3 weeks. Bitcoin in 2017 went up by 10% in 1 day. 10% in 1 day. And on this occasion, we're up by 27% in 18 days. Even the biggest candle right at the end over here only goes up by 5%. The first candle over here only goes up by 6%. And you know, previously we were getting 15% candles, right? This was a crazy candle right here. This one was pretty mad. This was a 19% move. Very, very nice indeed. But of course, you know, we know the deal here. You know, we didn't get to keep replicating those candles, and the market actually slowed down as we approached the all-time high. Guys, what euphoric bear market begins where we slow down and slowly reach the all-time high? That's not how Bitcoin works. I'm sorry to break it to you. That's not how Bitcoin works. And that's not what happened here either. Yes, we did have quite an explosive rally here, but it didn't last for long enough. And at the end, we slowed down. So again, not synonymous with a crypto market crashing and staying low forever. That's why I don't think this rally started in the right way. I don't think that it is in the right kind of downtrend to indicate that the market is actually in a bear market. You know, technical definitions will tell you that we're in a bear market every time we drop 20%. So with your CNN definition of a bear market over here, you would have said Bitcoin was in a bear market at 32K, and then you would have missed the next 100% rally, right? So, you know, I'm not using conventional definitions because Bitcoin is not a conventional asset. And so I just don't think that we're in a situation like that right now. And I do, like I said, still fully expect this rally to recover. How we're going to do that right now is far beyond me because we're in an absolutely abysmal state on the short-term time frames. I've been saying this for a long time. Long-term, I'm still super bullish on Bitcoin, more bullish than I've ever been. But short-term, the chart is disgusting. It's absolute filth. And it has been, not right now, but over these past days and weeks. I didn't change my sentiment on that. Those of you who are watching these videos, stay and subscribe to this channel. Yes, of course, the titles change, the thumbnails change. Fuck me, it's YouTube. I gotta play the game. But end of the day, the analysis stayed the same, where we knew that Bitcoin was still in a bearish trend. It still had resistance overhead. And guess what? It's got probably the worst area of resistance it can have right now overhead, in my opinion, which is going to be at that $40,000, those low $40,000 levels right now. So to me, still very, very concerning. Jeez, man. I can't say anything else. I wish I could tell you that actually I think Bitcoin's due for a recovery. The only saving grace Bitcoin has is that it fakes out, and this is actually a fake out drop. But I mean, look at the volume. Look at the fact that we had a fake out already. Look at the fact that we've closed the 4-hour candle and we're now halfway into the next 4-hour candle and we still haven't bounced up with any level of ferocity. Look at the 5-minute time frame, which tells us everything we need to know about the very, very short-term volatility here. And just take a look at the volume, right? Let me show you the volume. Let's just make these candles even easier to see, and just tell me where the big volume spikes are coming, right? I mean, we're not getting buyer support in this market. It's just not coming through. This is the wrong chart to look at. One second. Let's go to Coinbase. Right here, this is a much better chart to see. I mean, this is a classic rising wedge if I've ever seen one. But I mean, look at where the volume comes in. We're getting a little bit of reaction volume on the green, but really, I mean, it's peaking on the red right here. No surprises whatsoever. Look at that. Look at that. Clear as day. Clear as day. You know, could it be a fake out? 100%. Yes, of course, it could be a fake out. The day isn't even over yet, and the longer term analysts are going to be looking at the week, and the week is far from over. We've still got another 2-3 days. So, you know, there's, you know, it could be a fake out, but realistically, man, I mean, just the fact that we had a fake out already, you know, one of the biggest things that's telling me this probably isn't a fake out is the fact that Bitcoin has consolidated here before. You know, if Bitcoin very quickly dips down to this level like it did right here, yes, the probability of being a fake out is a lot higher. But if we're actually like kind of sitting around this price area, trading up, trading down, trading up, trading down, it means that we've gotten used to the price level. If we've gotten used to the price level, it means that dropping it is more likely to stick, right? I mean, it's the same, you know, what I'm seeing here is somewhat potentially somewhat similar to what happened back here when Bitcoin collapsed below $6,000 and fell down towards 3. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to stay in a bearish trend like this for, you know, I mean, this must have lasted like 100 days or something quite extreme. Let's measure this real quick. Yeah, it lasted about 140 days. I'm not saying we're going to be in a pattern like this, but I'm saying that in terms of severity, it's similar to this. Now, I guess what really would be similar to this is if Bitcoin fell below 30 and down to 20. This would then be very, very similar. I don't think we're in that state right now, but, you know, we have lost a major area of support, and we've already faked out below it, so I don't think that this is a fake out right now. So, I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to lie to you? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm seeing on the chart. I'm trying to stay as level-headed as I can. I've tried to look for indicators that can provide support to Bitcoin, but the fact is, it's been trending down for so long that there is no support. There is none. Maybe the weekly Ichimoku cloud. Yeah, there's a lot of support on the weekly Ichimoku cloud, so that's great. Although, unfortunately, this is one of the worst time frames to be using the Ichimoku cloud on. It's consistently failed as support or resistance on the 1 week Ichimoku cloud. We only really got one hit right here, which was quite a big one. But the 1 week Ichimoku cloud, just not very reliable in my opinion. It's just not very reliable. Damn, there we go. Back to the questions, guys. If you got questions, you know the deal. Drop it in the comments. If I haven't read your question yet, please repost your comment. That was my alarm. That's when I usually wake up. If I haven't answered your question, please do drop it in the comment section down below, and make sure you tag me, write my name at @SammyLoyal-4flies. Make sure it autofills, and then I will answer your questions. If you're enjoying this live stream so far, guys, let's get this thing up to 1,000 likes. We're so close. We're so close to 1,000 likes. Do me a favor and smash up that button right now. Drop whatever you're doing. Move back to the tab where you're playing this live stream. Do me a favor, just throw on this like. We are now just about 1 hour into this live stream. I'm still going to be going for longer for you guys today. So do me a favor, throw on that like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do appreciate all of you for jumping into this live stream with me at this early hour here in Dubai. For me, it's early. It's 10 a.m. to be fair. It's not that early anymore. The best platform to make investments through. Well, you guys know the deal. I only use Bybit. This is, in my opinion, the best platform in all of crypto. And if you want to jump inside, there is a link in the description of this live stream. Hang on, let me just make sure it's in this live stream. I think it is. Where you can get up to $4,100 This is not the correct link. Hang on, don't use that link. Do not use that link. Let me, you won't get anything with that link. Let me update this really quickly. If you do want the Bybit link, then you'll have to refresh the live stream. Not yet, not yet, not yet. You'll have to refresh the live stream now. And I'll just put it in the comment as well. So you don't have to refresh the live stream, actually. Bam, right there. I've just dropped it as a comment in this live chat. So you can use that link right there. It's pinned as well. And you will get, you know, just over up to $4,100 free of charge by making your first deposit on the platform. It's free money. It literally, you don't have to do anything for it. Just deposit your cash and you're going to get it for free. Someone's asking, can I use this in the US? Technically, no, but I've used it in the US with a VPN. Many people that I know have done the same, but of course, you know, that is a risk that you're going to have to run if you want to do it. But yeah, that's very, very important. What I've been saying about the positivity and lack thereof, really, that I just can't put forward in this video without lying to you guys. But yeah, for your question about the best platform, this is it, and you get free money for using it. It's the only platform I've been using pretty much for years. I've been working with them for years. Someone's asking, is Dubai or LA better? I love Dubai to bits. It's one of my favorite places on the planet, but nothing comes close to LA from the places I've traveled to. LA is still head and shoulders above everywhere else I've ever been to in my life, and I anticipate that it would stay that way for quite some time. Someone's asking about Phantom. Let's take a look at Phantom real quick. Do I think that it's going to rally this year? Yes, of course. It's in a very, very strong rally, and it's in a little bit of a pullback right now. It did lose a major area of support, which is disappointing. However, if you were watching these videos on Phantom, you will know that actually Phantom retraces by quite a lot sometimes, and it's actually fairly normal. But unfortunately, Phantom's in a similar position now where, to be fair, it does have a little bit of support down here at the $2.50 level, but I suppose the bigger areas of support are going to be around $2.30 and so on. So that is potentially a little bit concerning. Let's see what other questions we got here in the comments. Again, if you got a question, make sure you tag me so that I read it. There's quite a few comments, so I will probably be missing a few right now. Guys, we're 60 likes away from that 1K mark. Do me a favor and smash it up if you haven't already done so. Forfly's been following for a while. Amazing. Finally signed up for your Twitter special at 50% off. I don't have a Twitter special at 50% off. You probably got scammed, so please be careful. You're helping me calm my fears. Amazing. Glad I am. Yeah, guys, be careful of impersonators. My Twitter is verified. My Instagram is verified. They're both linked in the description. Are they linked in this live stream description? Hang on, let me check that as well. I'm not entirely sure. I think they are. Yeah, they're both linked in the description. They're verified. You can't be getting scammed anymore. If you're getting scammed now, you deserve it at this point. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but if you're still getting scammed now after everything is verified, come on. Come on, I mean, you're low-hanging fruit. Survival of the fittest at that point, mate. Fucking hell. You can't be getting scammed now. What do I think about the Amazon crash in 2000? Charts are pretty much the same. Are they? Are they really the same? Let me take a look, because I don't remember that. I don't think so. Let me take a look, though. Amazon on a weekly time frame. Looking at the 2000 crash. Logarithmic chart. This is not the same chart. No way. This is not the same chart at all. Put them side by side and show you why. Then we're going to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's chart is very, very different. Let me hide my camera so you guys can see this properly. So this is Amazon on the weekly time frame in 2000, and this is Bitcoin today. We already know this chart. Very, very different charts. Amazon sets a triple top. Bitcoin sets consecutively higher all-time highs, but not by much. You could say that's a triple top, but we already recovered that. This actually did look really bad. This was a really, really, really bad pattern in the market, but we recovered it. So that's good. This is not as bad in my opinion, because this whole rally was triggered off a major reversal. Amazon doesn't have any of those facts going for it. Amazon was in price discovery mode, reaches these price levels for the first time ever, and it just falls. It just crashes. It's a very different chart. The only similarity I see is that in the downtrend, it's a continuous, relentless downtrend, quite similar to what Bitcoin is in right now. So in that case, yes, I think they are fairly similar. Really weird note. I know it's 10 a.m., but I just got a really strong craving just right now. I don't know why. Looking at all this red, got a really strong craving for a Nando's. Super strange. I haven't been to England for a long time, as you can tell. I miss it. And so, yeah, it's in a similar downtrend to Bitcoin right now. Or I guess Bitcoin's in a similar downtrend right now to Amazon. But it gets that V-shaped bounce. This is what I'm really talking about for Bitcoin. I mean, eventually it's going to come in, right? I mean, we're not going to be trending down forever. Eventually we are going to get some sort of a reversal pattern, whether that means that we reverse and trade up to infinity or reverse and trade only up to find resistance and then drop back down again. I'm not trying to draw a conclusion on that, but I am saying that eventually a reversal will come, and it came for Amazon as well, although at a very, very low price. I mean, this was a dirty crash. Amazon fell from $111 down to $5. I mean, that's worse than any crash that Bitcoin's had over the past couple of years. It's a 95% drop. I mean, that is worse than most shit coins. Shiba has performed better than this. So, hell of a drop right there. Honestly, kudos to Jeff Bezos for sticking through it for that long, and keeping his sanity, I suppose. I mean, it's up for debate if he's kept his sanity, but I'd like to think so. So yeah, interesting stuff right there. But there's not much more that I could say about that Amazon chart, unfortunately. But thank you for bringing it to my attention nonetheless. Let's move it back to the Bitcoin chart and back to your questions. See what other questions we got here in the live chat. Do I think Phantom is going to... Oh, I've already answered that one. How do I feel about the S&P 500 and NASDAQ? Is that affecting Bitcoin's price? Yeah, 100%. Of course it is, yeah. I mean, S&P 500, I made a video about this. I was talking about it quite a bit yesterday. Oh, damn, yeah, it dropped out of this range. This is not good. This is not good. And yeah, I think that because the S&P 500 is moving like this, that, of course, Bitcoin is probably going to suffer a little bit. Let's look at the dollar. Yeah, dollar has been moving up as well, so that's never good for Bitcoin, or it's generally not good for Bitcoin. Let's see what other questions we have here. Despite the bearish chart, dominance is still pretty low. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But that's not a good thing, Luciano. That's not a good thing. It still potentially means people are too optimistic. By the way, guys, just want to remind you about Bybit with that free $4,000 you can get. All you got to do is sign up using my link. If you need a VPN, use a VPN, and then make your first ever deposit on the platform. If you already have an account, you can make a new one using my link as well. You're still going to get the deposit, and you will get free cash, which you can trade with. You can buy anything you like. Everything is on sale right now, and it's free money, so it doesn't really matter what you do with it. If you make profits on that, you get to keep them. You get to withdraw them. So check it out. It's pinned in the comment section in the live chat if you're watching this live. It's pinned in the live chat, the Bybit link right there. And if you refresh the live stream, it's also in the description. So go ahead and check that out. Let's go take a look at some more of your questions while I'm here. And of course, by the way, we've had a huge influx of people reaching out for 4Flies VIP. If you want to get inside right now during all of this carnage, see how I'm going to be navigating these markets using the same information you've got and trying to play the market as best as I can, then you can reach out following these steps. Just got back from Dubai and I live in LA. Why LA? Oh, mate, you know it. You know why. If you've just been in both. There's quite a few reasons. One of them, probably the biggest one that I can't say. But also just Dubai is a small place. It's not nice to drive in this city. It's actually terrible to drive in this city because not only are the drivers absolute dog shit, like literally a joke, but the roads are also very boring. And to be fair, I mean, Dubai is a fairly big place and you can get around really quickly because they've designed the roads incredibly well. But for a driver and somebody that likes to have fun, they're terrible. They're terrible roads. They're just not fun. They're just straight up not fun. And LA roads are not fun either, but I mean, you know, you don't have to go too far out to find some pretty beautiful roads. I still remember my first time driving on Malibu Canyon Road, and that was insane. Will I hold you and stroke your hair and tell you everything's going to be okay? I suppose if you ask so nicely, I might have to consider it. Which coins do I consider shit coins? Anything that's not Bitcoin or Ethereum, pretty much. I say shit coins just for fun. I mean, I don't actually mean it, but I mean, it's nice to say. You know, this is the thing, is that a lot of the things I do on this channel, I do them to filter out the sensitive people. I don't want them here, and so naturally they'll throw a dislike on the video. It's still engagement, fuck it, I'll take it, and then they'll leave. And that's how we've been able to curate a very, very focused, realistic, and sensible community on this YouTube channel, where we're just generally smarter than other communities on, well, anywhere on crypto, in my opinion, just from what I've seen. And a big part of that is we filter out the idiots. One of the ways I filter out the idiots is regularly offending them. My God, if you get offended, seriously offended, no time. No time. I cannot entertain people who get offended by me calling something a shit coin. You're way too sensitive. You're fucking 5 years old or something. Like, absolutely got no patience for people like that. What are my thoughts on Jeremy Grantham? Don't know him, saying all asset classes are in a bubble and could pull back 60%. I think that's very possible for sure. I mean, everything's gone up by a lot, but a big part of why they've gone up is inflation. So how much of a bubble is it really? Because, you know, natural price movements in response to inflation is that prices move up. Oh, we just hit 1K likes. Amazing. Thank you all very, very much for that. How do I thank you for that? Other than saying thank you. Thoughts on BitBoy? Cool guy. No comment. Here's a good question. Is Bybit your best because you make the most commission off it compared to other platforms? Or is there other fundamentals that make it an obvious better choice over others? It's not only that. It happens to be my biggest driver in terms of exchanges because I talk about it so much. But if I spoke about others would be making me more money. The primary reason that I like Bybit so much is because it's extremely well established. I have very good connections in the company, so if I have a problem, I can resolve them quickly. And of course, I extend that favor to you guys as well, who reach out to me on Telegram, for example. I will also help you out, you know, where I can. It's also very liquid. Look at the volume right here. That's $7.2 billion. It's a lot of volume. They also have a lot of coins that I trade. They've even got little coins like Casta, which you guys know that I'm interested in. You know, all of these coins are a write-off right now because Bitcoin is in a pretty bearish trend, but it's got a large selection of coins, and being so liquid, it's great. One of the other reasons I like Bybit so much is because I hate Binance so much. It is, in my opinion, one of the worst exchanges to be on. They don't give a flying fuck about each customer, and I'm speaking from experience, and you better believe Dubai is a small place. Dubai is a small place, and if I ever get the chance to meet CZ, I've never gone out there out of my way to go suck his dick and ask him for a picture or anything like that, like many people do here. And I'm calling you right out, calling you guys right out. People jump on CZ like, I mean, he gets more attention than Instagram thoughts out there. Honestly, it's impressive. Look, cool guy. He's built an amazing platform. He should be very proud of it for the good aspects. It's very, very cool, and I'm very happy that you know, he's providing competition in the space. But I think he runs one of the worst platforms in crypto, and I think he doesn't care about some of the downsides as much as he should. He has a much bigger responsibility than I think he realizes. And I, as somebody who takes my responsibilities very seriously, I frown upon him. CZ, not Caesar, CZ, or as Americans say, CZ. He is the CEO, founder of Binance. Still a cool guy, and he is setting up out here, but I think the exchange is terrible. And I've been very, very vocal about this for years because they massively personally screwed me over a long time back, and took zero responsibility for it, which was absolutely shameless. I could not believe it. And I guess they thought that because I wasn't very famous at the time that no one would ever hear about it, but here I am. I'm not going to say exactly what the issue was. I might say it in the future, but yeah, I personally had a terrible experience with them. They were absolutely shameless, and you know, I like to be working with people that are at the top. Binance was one of them. Obviously, they're a total write-off. Bybit is also, you know, pretty close to the top, and to me, that, you know, I mean, that just means it's a better place to be. I feel safer keeping my funds there. Obviously, as a trader, you know, you're not going to keep too many funds on an exchange at any given time. That would be very stupid. But, you know, when I do have funds there, I feel safe knowing that it's there, and you know, they've, to my knowledge, never been hacked. Of course, Binance has been hacked. So, you know, there's a bunch of different reasons that I like Bybit quite a bit. Let's go back to your questions right here. I am probably going to be ending this stream relatively soon, so if you do have any final questions, or again, if I haven't answered your question, then please do me a favor and drop it in the comments again. Again, make sure you tag me so I do see your question. Let me continue going through these to see that I've not missed anything. How do I think 𝗦𝗢𝗙𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 is feeling right now? I would hope that he's not feeling very bad at all, because you're not meant to be feeling anything when you're a trader. So any emotional polarization is bad. So I would certainly hope that he's feeling fairly neutral, as I would like to think that I am. Am I in LA? I only wish I was in LA, Stacy. No, I'm in Dubai. But Dubai's still pretty cool. Scottish A roads are nice drives. They are phenomenal. I will never forget my drive from Ben Nevis back down towards... I was probably moving towards Glasgow. I'm sorry, Edinburgh. But I was driving to Glasgow. In the direction of Edinburgh, though. That was pretty cool. Can I use Bybit in the Cayman Islands? I don't know. But, you know, whenever I've been worried, I've just thrown on a VPN and it's been fine. How can I like LA when it's the social justice warrior butthurt capital of the USA? I'm sure it is. I mean, you're probably in close competition with New York, but that's like there's still a lot of nice people, and I don't mix with people like that. I mean, I just don't talk to them. I don't even meet them. You know, I mean, they are everywhere, right? But you know, I'm not going to the Starbucks and getting my bloody frappuccino or anything. I just don't mix with circles like that. Like, I'm naturally always going to be in more interesting circles of people. And so it's not been a problem for me. And there's a lot of cool people no matter where you go. And for sure in LA. Solid content being real is needed. Thanks, Sammy. Smash up the likes, boys. Thank you very much, Richie. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Most people get offended because they need their precarious holding realities to stay intact. Absolutely, and I get that, and that's fine in most contexts. But if you know, it's not fine in any context, but it's acceptable in some contexts. The problem is that as a trader, that's going to really screw you over. Do I think BIT tokens will be as big as BNB in the near future? Not at all, no. It would be cool if they were. I'm not holding any at all. I mean, maybe I got some from referral commissions, but I mean, I didn't ever buy them. They just don't talk about them much. Like, compared to Binance, they just don't talk about their token that much. Is there less manipulation on Bybit? There is no less manipulation on any exchange, because manipulation, when it happens on one exchange, happens on all of them. If any exchange is more likely to have manipulation, it's probably going to be exchanges like Bybit, Binance, BitMEX, Bitfinex, any of the big ones that allow leverage. That's where you're going to see more manipulation. So yes, Bybit is counted in that. How do I deal with it? You just have to understand how it works, exercise good risk management. It mostly isn't a problem. If you don't know that stuff yet, it's covered inside of this content that you're going to gain access to when you click on the first link in the description down below, then the @4flights button, and then send message to ask me how to join. There's a long list of benefits you get being a VIP member. I don't even talk about most of them inside of these live streams and videos, but one of the key ones I want to highlight to you guys is you get full access to the portfolio of VIP videos that I've made. And like I said, that includes exclusive trade breakdown videos where I'm telling you absolutely every key detail about every trade that I made, down to the dollar, why I did it, why I shouldn't have done it, why I, why I still committed, and so on, and how I navigated the position when it was already open in a video. So it's very, very in depth. And that's the thing, is that this channel is extremely in depth when it comes to the analysis side of things, which is great. But when it comes to trading, I don't talk about it much on this channel, because that stuff is reserved for the private group right here. Also, like I said, most of you guys joining are going to get free access into the 𝗧𝗡𝗙𝗦 courses, where again, I'm teaching you everything I know about trading from A to Z. I mean, literally from the very beginning to as advanced as my knowledge goes, and everything in between, of course. And the beautiful thing about that is, as you watch that course, you can watch me implementing those lessons that I've learned in the market right now. And again, like, what it really comes down to is, when you consider what you're paying to get in versus what you're going to get out in terms of knowledge and experience and wisdom and principles, it's easily going to pay itself back. It's going to prevent losses, most likely, and it's also going to ideally maximize profits. But certainly one of the first objectives is to prevent losses, and I'm sure you'll see that fairly quickly. I'm very positive about that. We got weekly summaries of altcoins. Very, very detailed posts. You're not going to be wondering what's going on if you're paying attention. Yeah, there's a lot going on inside of the group. So check it out by following these steps on screen if you have been curious. Today is the day, and like I said, huge discount on VIP right now because of the price of Bitcoin. Of course, it's all priced in Bitcoin. Should I do a home tour? I was thinking about it. Let me know in the comments. I was thinking of doing like a little vlog, just showing you guys around my new apartment. I was thinking about it. Let me know. Let me know in the live chat right here. Do you think I should do it? Tell me do it or don't do it. Have I seen the 3 peaks and doomed house chart pattern? Yeah, I saw it a while back, but I don't want to look at that right now. How much time did you take to become a profitable trader? Well, at times I'm not a profitable trader. I should be very clear about that. But overall, yeah, it's been pretty good for the past couple of years. It took me about 1 year. 1 year of being an absolutely dog shit trader. And then, yeah, I fixed it up. But it didn't have to take 1 year. It really only changed when I had a mindset change. And that mindset change was what triggered everything for me. So, yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, this is strange, but like talking on a live stream for like an hour and 20 minutes continuously is like, it gets me really hungry. And this is not good because I'm actually in my gym outfit right now and I start my leg day workout in 40 minutes and I'm hungry already. So that's not going to be fun. I've never heard of 𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗚𝗔𝗡 for Singapore. I'm sorry, man. All right, someone's saying I compared Amazon incorrectly. Let me take a look at Amazon against Bitcoin real quick. He's saying to use the weekly chart on Amazon and the weekly chart on Bitcoin. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's take a different chart. I'm going all the way back to the year 2000. Let me shock you guys real quick. It's actually before I was born. A lot of you guys probably don't know that. But I am a very, very young person. Alright. Oh, I see what you mean now. Now I got you. Now I got you. Okay, sorry about that. Really sorry, dude. Yeah, so what this person is saying... Again, let me just hide my webcam so you guys can see this chart. Yeah, sorry, I totally did not see this. What this person is saying is that Amazon previously rallied up really, really nicely, set a high, dropped, set a high at the same level, dropped, set a high at the same level, dropped. Actually, no. Set a slightly higher all-time high, and then set an equivalent all-time high the next time around, but dropped. And what this person is saying is that Bitcoin looks like it's in a similar position right now where it might do something similar. I mean, it certainly looks possible, but I wouldn't want to draw any conclusions on this until we reach the third high. And obviously we're quite far away from that. We are quite far away from that. So I don't want to speculate too much on that. It certainly looks possible. Yeah, we got the volume declining as well. Look at that. Look at the volume declining. There's not much I can say, to be honest. I mean, it's at the end of the day, this is a triple top pattern. Man, I just don't see Bitcoin doing something like that. I just don't. At the moment, we're on track to do it for sure. Yeah, for sure, we are on track to do it. But I would be quite surprised. It's too early though. It's too early. I want to revisit this question if Bitcoin bottoms at 30K and sets a high at 66 again, and then, you know, like around here is where I would want to revisit the question, to be honest. Anything before this, and it's not really anything relevant in my opinion. So yeah, there you go. Sorry for not carrying out that analysis correctly there. Let me go back to the questions here. Yeah, you guys want me to do the house tour? Cool. Cool. I'll do that. I'll do that. Don't know when, but I'll do it. Did I see the big descending triangle starting in the beginning of the downturn? It just got rejected on the very... I have no idea what descending triangle you're talking about, dude. Send it to me on Telegram and I'll take a look on the live stream now. But you don't have long left. I am going to be leaving soon. From where did I learn? I learned from my mistakes. That was the primary one, but I also learned from books. I took courses online. I couldn't afford any good courses. I was like pretty broke when I started out. But you know, I got like $5-10 courses off Udemy, which were, I mean, for $5-10 they were pretty good, but the content was not good. What is the temperature in Dubai today? I couldn't tell you, but it's fairly hot. There's a nice little bit of heat on my back right now. Thanks, you're the best. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, today's a Nando's day. I feel it. I really feel it. I've been craving a Nando's for a long time. My assistant, I think, went to Nando's the other day. I got quite jealous. What books do I recommend? They're in the description of this live stream. Alright guys, that's going to be me for this live stream right here. Thank you all for tuning in. I gotta go finish planning up my next trade for VIPs. So, well, for myself, but I'm going to be posting it in VIP. So if you want to get the details of it, then you know the deal. If you want to get your free $4,000, you know the deal. It's linked in the description if you refresh the live stream. It's also pinned as the top comment in this live chat. Do I hang out with Carl? Occasionally. Not enough, but occasionally. Yeah, you get your free cash right here. Just curious, before I head off, how many of you guys have been here since the beginning of the live stream? Just drop me a... Just let me know. Say I've been here. I'm just curious to know what that number looks like. And yeah, I will be heading off. So I'm curious to see. Just waiting for the comments to come in. Obviously, there's a little bit of a delay on these live streams. Okay. Yeah, few of you guys have been here since the beginning. Pretty cool. Oh, quite a few actually. Carl started marketing too much and isn't as helpful to listen to anymore. That started up a couple of weeks ago. Dude, I mean, he launched this Casta coin, so bear with him. You know, I mean, naturally around the launch of any product, you're going to be talking about it a lot. I do it too. But we all fall back into a rhythm, so don't be too worried about it. Oh, wow. A lot of you guys have been here since the beginning. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll probably do another live stream maybe like 12 hours later, giving you guys more of my updated thoughts as this market situation evolves. Obviously, every hour right now makes a big difference in the market, which is again why it's so important to stay subscribed, ticking the bell, be inside of our free Telegram channel, which you can join by just clicking on this first link down below, where we'll give you more updates around the clock. If there was ever a time to jump inside the group and get more real-time analysis from my team and I, it's right now. So jump inside by clicking that first link. This is a free channel. You still get more free analysis. The red box only shows you how to join VIP, but you don't have to do that. You can just stay in our free channel and get more analysis from myself and my team. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for that stuff. Been here since the beginning. Stay with us till our tears dry. I will visit Dubai as soon as Bitcoin hits $70,000. Any idea when? I wish I could tell you, Lauren. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. I have no idea when. Could be tomorrow, could be next year, could never happen. That is the nature of these markets, and that's what anyone who isn't lying to you would tell you. So, really sorry. Alright guys, take it easy. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you all.